Today we're focusing on one of my favorite persons in the Bible, the brother Job. Job was a great man. I mean, he had it going on. He had 7,000 sheep. He had 3,000 camel, 500 yoke of oxen. The brother had everything you would want. He had 7 strong sons, 3 beautiful daughters. The Bible says he was the greatest man in all the people of the East. So here comes the angels to present themselves before the Lord, and here comes the devil with them. God asked Satan a question. He said, what's up with you? Where are you going? Satan replied, he said, I'm going to and fro throughout the earth, seeking whom I may devour. God asked him the question, have you considered my servant Job? Man, isn't it crazy when you go through a season of testing and trial, and it's God who volunteers it for you? It's God who permits it for your life. But Satan said the reason why he worship you and praise you like he do is because you give him everything that he want. He's the richest person in all the East. He have beautiful kids. If you allow me to touch his stuff, he won't worship you like he worship you. So God permits Satan the permission to attack Job. And what the devil does, the devil begins to send attack after attack. Tragedy after tragedy happened. Job lost all of his sheep. He lost all of his camels, all of his oxen. There even came a wind from the west as his kids were feasting at his oldest son's house that blew the house down and killed all of his kids. And crazy thing, man, the response that Job offered up, even at that low moment, he shaved his head and he worshiped God. How many of us can worship God when we're going through the worst season of our lives? But in chapter 2, here comes the angels again to present themselves before the Lord. The devil comes with them once more. God asks him again, what are you doing? Satan said, I'm going to and fro, seeking whom I may devour. God asked him, have you considered my servant Job? The devil said, okay, yeah, he's still worshiping you. He's still praising you after all he's been through. But if you allow me to touch his body, if you allow me to put this coronavirus on him, give him cancer, he won't worship you. He won't praise you anymore. God permits him the opportunity to prove him wrong by attacking his servant Job. The devil began to attack Job's body. Job went through all kinds of changes in his body, even to the point where his wife was so fed up. She said, why don't you just curse God and die, man? You've been through so much. Our family have been through so much. But I'm not like most people, because all of my life I've been hearing sermon after sermon. We've been crucifying Job's wife. But I think we should be more compassionate even to the woman, to the wife who's going through the worst season of her life, because she also lost all of her kids. She also lost all of our worldly possessions. And I think we should be more prayerful towards her and more comforting towards her, instead of judging her when she's going through the worst season of her life. But also in chapter 2, Job's 3 friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, they heard what Job was going through, and they showed up on the scene, man. But listen, after his 3 friends showed up on the scene, the devil isn't mentioned ever again in the book of Job. Isn't it ironic that after his friends showed up on the scene, the devil leaves? Man, because sometimes we have to be careful who we're connected to, especially in this season, because sometimes the ones who we call friends are the very ones Satan is using to stab us in our backs and even kick us, man, charge us foolishly when we're going through the worst season of our lives. So we skip all the way to Job chapter 42. Now his 3 friends, they're in need of something from God. God say, I'm not hearing y'all because y'all charged my servant Job foolishly. Even though he was living for me, y'all charged him foolishly. If y'all want to hear from me, y'all need to go to Job and have Job pray to me on y'all behalf. So Job, he did what the Lord requested of him. He was honorable. Even after he suffered everything that he suffered, he was honorable. He prayed for his 3 friends. In chapter 42, verse 10 said, immediately the Lord released the captivity of Job and blessed him double for his trouble. So if you stay honorable, stick with God, even in the face of adversity, you're going to come out with double. And I pray you've been blessed.